Good evening. Nice to see you virtually. I'd like to read with you in the book of Ruth in the Old Testament, Ruth chapter 1 verse 1. In the days when the judges ruled, there was a famine in the land, and a man from Bethlehem in Judah, together with his wife and 2 sons, went to live for a while in the country of Moab. Now, our lives have been disrupted massively by COVID-19, and we've had to get used to social isolation. We've been terribly sad that people have died, and schools are shut, businesses are shut. So much of our life seems to have been put on hold. And it's interesting that although much is closed though, supermarkets have remained open and well stocked, apart from a couple of days panic buying at the beginning. But aren't we thankful that we've always been able to go to the shops and buy our food? Now, thank God that although we're living through this epidemic, we haven't yet, by God's grace, had to live through a famine. Famine was very common in the ancient world, and indeed it's still part of life for too many people in our world today. No food, or not enough food, or not enough of the right food. And famine is hugely disruptive to people's lives. It can really be a death sentence, or certainly leave you with very little to live on. Hugely calamitous situation to be in. And this is a situation with Naomi that we read about here, who with her husband Elimelech and her 2 sons went to live in Moab. They thought they would have better opportunities there, or maybe they moved out of sheer desperation. But there, while in the country of Moab, they lost everything. They lost everything. And Naomi returns to Israel, and she only has 1 daughter-in-law out of her whole family that went into Moab. She comes back with only 1 daughter-in-law, and she herself is a foreigner. And we read about Naomi's, how she attributes her misfortune to God in chapter 1. She says, "The Almighty has made my life very bitter. I went away full, but the Lord has brought me back empty. I went away full, but the Lord has brought me back empty." She sees nothing positive in her situation. She cannot see any good in her life at this point. How easy it is in tough times to lose perspective, isn't it? To become bitter and to get mad at God. But what would you say to Naomi? How would you counsel her? What comfort would you bring to her in her situation? Because humanly speaking, there is no hope. There is no future for her. There is no way forward. And yet, in the mysterious providence of God, that famine and Naomi's misfortune is the means to bring 2 people together who will be key people in the coming into the world of Jesus Christ, the Son of God. So take heart. Who knows what God is doing in this lockdown time? Who knows how He is moving the pieces on the board to fit His great eternal plan? So let's come before Him in prayer and bring our burdens, bring our cares, bring our worries to Him this evening. And thank God in our struggles we can still come before Him and pray and know that He hears us and He will act on our behalf and is acting on our behalf already. Remember this evening, if it's big enough to worry about, it's big enough to pray about. So don't be shy, don't be fearful, let's come before the Lord and bring our burdens and our cares and our worries and our thanksgiving to Him.